Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT champion. Well, sorry about the live streaming issues for taking too long for it. Well, looks like time to go back to do like regular video clips on Gran Turismo Sport. Well, I kind of think I just updated my Total Drama fan art library, which is Cody. Well, I'm about to start using the KTM X-BOW R TD library style, so maybe let's just say I'm about to go back and take on Kyoto Driving Park Yamaguita again. I know this is kind of hard to say, but that almost messed up everything because I'm kind of think that the internet connection has been made as sufficient issues because, well, probably the frame rate of high definition of 60 frames per second turns out by having a little troubling issues. But I kind of think I was a little bit stressed. But I know I'm just thinking that, but I'm feeling okay right now. So let's just go and get ready to go. So probably, in case you already know that I'm about to get ready to use the X-BOW again, but probably I just made some few touches to have a little update. Well, I'm glad that just giving a little more makeover to be giving some better improvements. So, looks like I'm about to go and continuing on the lore talk. So, let's just start on over to do a little topic about Cody from Total Drama. Well, probably when Cody arrives on the island in Not So Happy Campers Part 1, he immediately gets along with Chris, who calls him the Coaster and the Cold Meister. He begins to flirt with several female contestants, including Lashana, but she slushes him with a finger to his lip, but does so in a friendly gesture. But later he is placed on the screaming gophers while the campers are unpacking. Cody's entered the girls' cabins and attempts to flirt with Gwen, who shows no interest of Cody and throws him out of the cabin. But I know I was kind of forgot I'm just giving a little lore talk on this second here. Okay, looks like I'm ready to go. Race music is on. Well, probably I know I just made a little decal effect to be a little bit enhanced to it. So, here's the interior view to be added with some view makeover. Well, I kind of think this is quite good to putting on coating on it. But no hard feelings. I'm just gonna have to take a little do-over lore ever since the live stream. I know it takes long waits because some of the viewers are having concerns about my bad qualities during live streaming. Alright. Looks like it's time to do this deja vu all over again. Now, probably, I'm about to take 10 laps on the course, so I can probably see how fast can it go. Well, I know it's kind of bright and shine. I just don't want to get blindsided. Well, in case you already know that the lore talks, because, well, maybe I just definitely caught up for it. Well, in episode 2, in Not So Happy Campers, he was jumping off the cliff and later helped the team to build a hot tub. Well, in case you already know it. Also, probably with the exception the whole hilarious kissing part in The Big Sleep that Noah accidentally kissed Cody on purpose by having a mistake. Well, the sound audio that in case you already heard, because that was quite very funny. Well, maybe in case if you really want to recognize this cutscene, well, I might say just gonna add up a little clip in case you already saw this. Oh man, I just love that hilarious part when they scream like this and they run off. Oh, well, I'm glad this is definitely classic hilarious hint. Two guys waking up by screaming. They might be dreaming or something. Okay, looks like going in slide right to pass the Ferrari 512 PV. Let's step it up a little bit. Okay, coming on over on the Ford GT Cody and the KTM X-BOW, the official livery. Alright, let's see how it goes. Well, I kind of think of it, once the livery design is complete, well, during the live stream, I kind of think I should probably have to sit back and wait until it comes back on the air by having some technical difficulties. Well, most other people trying to make higher views. Alright, looks like Total Drama Livery design goes in the first on the X-BOW. Now, only 3 laps to go. I hope this is going to be quite durable to handling it. Oh, looks like the official X-BOW really wants to go and catch up. Well, I'll be able to stay on maintain whenever it goes in momentarily. being spin off. Oops, sorry about that cone. You know, looks like this is quite very good. Rather than live streaming because of the bad quality effect, I kinda think I should stick with the standard rate whenever it feels like any time when it's gonna be uploaded until probably now or today. Okay, coming in over to take the final turn. One last stretch on a small bus stop. And short ways to go. There we go. Looks like race number 1 is finished. Well, glad this is definitely so much better than having a little pause timing. Well, I know this is gonna take some time to go and catch things up to finishing up the driving tests. Well, just having a little racing test with this livery. So, looks like first place earnings and give it in, and this is quite very good to be successful to be putting up for it. Alright, well, looks like it's time for a little continuing on here, what's left here on the description on the Total Drama Wiki. Well, maybe before last left stop here when I'm continuing this floor, while Cody believes that he is a ladies' man, he is not very successful in endeavoring to pursue his crush on Gran, who remains uninterested in him, even though he is willing to do anything for her. Well, probably ever since in the dodgeball episode. He is one of the assets on his team, helping to win for the first round using sneaky tactics. Well, I kind of think I just saw the part that when Cody felt having out of options. Well, maybe perhaps a backup plan for him might be good to make his team to win in only one round. Well, first off, that he taking the chances on hit DJ. That's number 1. And definitely, he also used the secret surprise trick that no dodgeball competitor ever used. A dodgeball with an electric unit that could also attract the magnet trails. Well, definitely in case that he throws the dodgeball at Katie and track with using the dodgeball to track it down as a heat-seeking missile. Well, I kind of think that was quite good to see how it goes. Well, later, he sacrificed himself to shield Gran from a thrown ball, which hits its Goran. Now, and not quite famous, he spent most of the episode following Gran around and attempting to make a move on her, even sniffing her hair. His behavior only managed to further irritate Gran. Though he remains obvious and still thinks he has mutual feelings for her. That night, Heather reads Gwen's diary out loud and reveals that she has a crush on someone on the island. Well, Cody believes she is referring to him until Heather mentioned that when that likes Trent that he plays a guitar, an instrument that Cody doesn't know how to play. He's just having a little confused thoughts. In the sticky outdoors, well, kinda think Cody accidentally peed his pants when Izzy is wearing a bear costume and pretends to attack the screaming gophers. Well, that's definitely one time, and definitely 2 times. And will be a factor. Well, he has a worse fear that he tries to defuse a time bomb and then just having a hard time to pick which wire here has to be diffused. But luckily, he fails to sorry about that. Well, he fails to defuse the time bomb and detonates, covering him in garbage and failing the challenge. Well, I kind of think that he's pretends to be a zombie and make his appearance and frightens Bridget and causes her to lose the challenge as well. Now, up the creek. Once again, Cody tries to make a move on Gwen again and goes in and to have a lot of trouble to be partnered with her in the challenge. She reckons he agreed because Beth Lindsay had already taken Trent as their partner. While paddling to Boney Island, Cody persistently asks Gwen out on a date with him. Well, she says no to Cody, but that's a denying act. He finally drops the issue when she hits him in the groin. Well, probably that's the second time. He begins to accept that Trent is the one who Gwen likes and promised to let her partner with him on the way back from the camp. Well, that was a thankful act for Gwen, but quickly loses her temper after hearing Cody had made a bet with Owen, and well, definitely the most awkward moment this part was Gwen's bra, but I just don't have to say this on this gameplay, but just trying to make sure to read this here on the Wikia in the Total Drama fandom site. Well, definitely that's the third time that Cody got hit in the groin again. Well, on Boney Island, Cody saved Trent and Lindsay after they falling into the quicksand. Well, he made a private conversation with Trent and tells him that he also has feelings for Gwen. At first, Trent angrily threatens him that he was lying, but he can rearrange by asking Trent what would be gained by his lying. Well, he also shows the gratitude to Cody for allowing him to partner up with Gwen until going back to the island. Well, after the bet, with Owen, making Owen have to do Cody's dishes for the rest of the competition, but I'm not saying this, that two guys really wanted to make a bet on Gwen to do something else to take a better suggestions for it. Well, I kind of think this is why I'm just feel a little bit more specifically talk, or maybe it is. Well, and the worst thing is in Paintball Deer Hunter, well, I kind of think that Cody is the only one got booted up because, well, we also see him in the confessional after he get mauled by a bear after he's trying to get some chips. Well, despite of this, he's gonna be alright to take some recovery after all that pain by the bear. And after the dock of shame, well, Cody has fully recovered from his injuries and attempts to get a 10. Believing it will make him popular with the ladies. However, he also ends up being sunburned all over his body. But make sure might be have to put some suntan lotions until summertime comes. When the ex-contestants decide who they are supporting in the finale, well, Cody chooses Gwen until the very last episode. He is among those who remain at Gwen's side, even after Owen announces his plan to hold a party if he wins. In Total Drama Island Special, he teams up with Owen, DJ, and Tyler to get the $1 million case, he acts as the brains of the small group, coming up with many ways to keep them all in line and not betray one another. After the group starts to distrust each other, Cody ties all 4 of them to ensure no of them abandons the group. With the case, however, they lose it while Owen is doing his business. They eventually find it at the hands of Justin, and Cody tells them the paparazzi is here and seals the case while Justin poses after an encounter with a bear in Courtney. Cody and Tyler fail to reach the dock of shame in time and are ineligible to compete the next season. You see, folks, that's how Cody became the peanut gallery in the Total Drama Aftermath. Alright, well, probably I'm just gonna say 10 laps might be quite short. I might be able to be coming up to choose any kinds of short layout tracks whenever I go. So, looks like this is gonna be quite good for it. Going on over to the race on the Autodromo Lago Maggiore Center, I'll make sure I'll go back in continuing on for having a little lore talk. Okay, now let's continuing on here. Total Drama Action. Well, Cody is one of the unqualified contestants in the talk show in Total Drama Aftermath. He also appears in Aftermath 1, along with the other losers watching Bridget and Jeff interview Izzy and Trent. Cody is notably one of the few characters who remains on Gwen's side for the breakup situation between her and Trent. It is revealed that Cody is still in possession of one of Gwen's bras. Well, he reveals he still has Gwen's bra in the first place that she gave him in Up the Creek for a reminder of the season. He continues to watch the show from the Aftermath studio, including the tiebreaker between Duncan and Beth to determine the winner of the season. Well, in Celebrity Manhunt Total Drama Action Reunion Special, he is actually became one of the Drama Brothers, along with Trent, Carol, and Justin. Well, I kind of think he is becoming an awesome boy band for one of the groups. Which later, Carol always wants to do his own part when he always broke up with the band group. I know I'm just having a little time to take on the second race. Alright, looks like time to go in. Well, somehow when Cody arrives at the studio for the Gemmy Awards, well, I kind of think that Sierra is choosing Cody because she's a Total Drama fan, and that's why she loves Cody a lot. But somehow, a lot of girl fans really want Cody, and well, definitely Alana 8 really was a Cody fan of Total Drama. Okay, looks like second lap goes in. Now let's just give some more handling it. But not to worry, folks. The lore talks will always be able to be continuing on here, but I just don't want to take too much distractions while I'm racing to reach first place. I know being a professional commentary is quite very risky to do a little race for it, but it also makes your lore talk in it well. Well, probably Cody has finally made it in the new season in Total Drama World Tour. Well, probably he is competing it for the third season, along with Sierra as well. Because, well, Sierra has keeping a watchful eye on her. Well, that's going to be a wonderful love interest. Alright, just going in. So, looks like racing on second round on Total Drama Livery R could be quite driving in on a short course. This might be quite very easy to take some second time for a little test. I bet the Codemeister X-BOW is going pretty much improving. This is gonna be one big attempting station to see how handling can go to take on tough turns. Okay, fourth lap. Just keep it nice and smooth. Just keep it steady on the last turn. I might be able to be sure that I'll be ready to go and take on the BB Raceway on the last part. Alright, looks like BMW M4 is going A-OK. Let's see how I can do this to get everything fast enough for it. Okay, 5 more laps to go, you guys. Well, until the end, there will be 4 more to go. Well, I kind of think that Cody is one of my favorite Total Drama characters. Well, he's definitely a good kid. He always loved attractions to ladies, and definitely including Gwen as well. Probably Sierra as always. Now, probably a good thing I just updated the KTM X-BOW Total Drama Livery with him on it. This will be quite good for to take on that Austrian sports bike to go in and give it a little challenge. But I kind of think this will be upgradable to be used up as well. But not to worry, folks. I'll be able to have to be changed it up to add a little performance. So I'll be able to be added up here to my wiki fandom for sure. Okay, looks like 5 minutes for the race start. Well, definitely since the race had started, I'll be able to be sure that I'm really going to have to take it on. Keep an eye on the time. Only got more ways to go. giving a little more slide turn. Okay, looks like all the cars are coming in, but looks like first place is gonna win. First place once again for the KTM X-BOW Cody, or probably nicknamed as the Cody X-BOW R. That would be quite a good nickname for the KTM. Alright, first place earnings is definitely good. Well, daily workout is not yet complete. I'll be able to continue in the Lord's time. Well, Cody returns for Total Drama World Tour with the hopes that he can try to win over Gwen, especially now that she and Trent have broken up. Good thing for Cody that this is going to be his best spotlight for it, but he also putting in the receiving end of an attraction by his biggest fan, Sierra. Before they even leave the airport, Sierra is shown to know his full name and his birthday were, even though that she talked information had never been revealed on the show, while generally tries to avoid Sierra for much of the season. The two are often paired up for the challenge throughout the season. This is the case during the first challenge, but the two would end up being placed on different teams. However, it will be long until Sierra transferred over to Team Amazon, so she wants to be with the same team as Cody. For much of the season, Cody is overshadowed by most of his team members, because even though the team managed to avoid elimination for quite some time, he is often the weakest link because of his funny disquiet. A notable exception to this, however, is Super Happy Crazy Fun Time Japan, where most of his team is too busy arguing to participate in the challenge. As a result, he is the one to participate in the first challenge, and while he does the worst in the challenge, we teams that he and Sierra are the only ones to do a commercial for the challenge, and the commercial gives the team invincibility. Other challenges, however, require him to be helped immensely by Sierra to make it through. An example of this during anything you cannot do, I can do better. Oh, sorry. Hold on, just give me a drink. Okay, where was I? Where he ends up sinking in the water and remains frozen for most of the challenge, due to the points where he is unable to move. He still does not give Sierra any mutual respect. However, due to Sierra's constant stalking, such as giving him foot rubs in his sleep, despite his protests, in fact, in all but 2 of the elimination ceremonies he attends, he votes for Sierra. Whenever she has immunity or not, it will be not much until later he begins to appreciate this habit of hers. Cody continues to be creeped out by Sierra for most of the season, but Sierra is completely unaware that Cody dislikes her in the song race. Even though Sierra knows all about Cody's allergies and even sucked poison out of his finger when he gets bitten, and the team no longer has the everything. Chris reveals that night that Cody voted out Sierra. Ouch! Sierra just made herself heartbroken by these events. Well, that's the only important recent thing to do whenever you made a person upset. Just try to have him cheer up. Later in the next episode, but Sierra doesn't listen to him and continues crying. However, the song reveals that all she wants is to do to go outside is having a romantic dinner with her. Cody still fails to cheer her up. He confessed that, well, while he disliked Sierra bugging him all day. Her bailing her eyes out was even worse, and he finally forgiven. Though Sierra reveals in the confessional she was faking it all along. Well, looks like old habits back to normal for Cody as Sierra continues to show up with it. Well, Cody's usual response towards it whenever the two paired up together or alone in the next few episodes. He still shows his attraction to Gwen in somewhat similar manner to Sierra, although it isn't quite to the extent of Sierra. While he does things such as telling Tyler to take a picture of him and Gwen together while the latter was asleep. He also managed to win the tiebreaker challenge in Grease's Pieces, despite the protest of Courtney and Sierra to throw the challenge so they can vote up Gwen that night. Even though he doesn't do anything to stop Courtney's hatred towards Gwen, he is the only one that seems to support her in the X-Files. Well, such not anything in boyfriend kissing and sacrificing his Kenny in order to get through the minefield, promising her that he would vote up Courtney rather than Sierra. Worst case scenario, that they lose. Unfortunately for both of them, Cody's hatred towards Duncan for kissing Gwen would ultimately result in Duncan throwing a dingo at him. Well, definitely Duncan always wants to mess with Cody, just like messing Carol in Total Drama Action. This causes him to be disoriented and not vote for Courtney during the elimination ceremony. This causes Cody to indirectly causes Gwen elimination that night. His sadness towards her elimination carries on in the following episode, when instead of the building an actual boat was making a replica of Gwen's head instead. While it ends up floating, most of the team anger, particularly how Heather tosses him around with a sledgehammer that is provided for the challenge. Now he serves as team captain. Since the team merged in the Niagara Brawls, Cody is still mostly paired up with Sierra during the challenges, and things could awfully get worse when Sierra gives the two of them an official marriage in Niagara Brawls. Promised to help the deal with Sierra. Heather tries to form an alliance with him in Chinese breakout, and she tries to tell him that the two are not actually married. While Cody does try to tell Sierra that he only likes Sierra as a friend, he is unable to word it correctly, and Sierra misinterprets his statement that he also loves her back. He is invited to first class with Sierra that night and drinks the lovely tea that the old Chinese lady give it to Sierra that she receives. Sorry, I'm just having a little cough, but I'm not sick. While the others were doing the first challenge, but too much of the tea that causes him to hallucinate, and he is unable to do most of the challenge in the African Lion Safari challenge. Despite this, he proceeds to the final four and is invited to the first class with Alejandro. Well, I kind of think that's best for Cody to have a little safe, calmer environment. Well, Cody is grateful to Alejandro to keep Sierra away from him and drop a buoy, but Alejandro is only doing so he can gain Cody's loyalty to get rid of Heather. He makes use of the addition by giving Kenny as a reward. Well, definitely he had from the previous episode to him in order to gain his trust. Well, despite the nights together in first class, well, Sierra is upset with him in the Drum Heller episode. But I kind of think this is definitely the first Total Drama episode that Cody's birthday is definitely April 1st. but I cannot believe that this is a great surprising reminder. Well, hold on, I'm just gonna give it more water. Alright, well, looks like time for our final course. So let's just race on sunset. Well, however, that the evidence that Alejandro made that Cody found out that the picture is a fake, that makes Sierra understand that he, Sierra, and Heather are helping together to eliminate Alejandro. Well, they're gonna have to... So he's gonna have to do it without Sierra until planes, trains, and hot air mobiles. Well, I'm glad Cody is going to be in the final 3 that he's about to race over to the Hawaii along with Alejandro and Heather. Well, Alejandro and Heather might need to go and make up themselves so they can kiss, while Cody is trying to make his way over to win. Until the Hawaiian Punch episode finale, this might be the last time for Cody that he had finally made it. He had finally made it to the final 3, which he'd been eliminated by Alejandro in order to get Heather to proceed to the final 2. Well, actually, Cody is helping Heather to defeat Alejandro to win the challenge. He's just actually supporting Heather temporarily in order to make Heather win, but probably this also to change for the alternate ending. Until in Total Drama Revenge at the Island, well, Cody is finally happy hugging Sierra on the yacht. Well, good thing Sierra is quite very a good couple as well. But here's some other mentions here in Total Drama All-Stars. Well, Sierra is daydreaming at Cameron that thinks that he is Cody. Well, probably Sierra's head is having a little reality check that she is daydreaming of Cameron that he actually looks like Cody. Well, despite of his efforts, but no dialogue from him. Well, just also being mentioned in Season 5. Well, I kind of think this is probably getting too much for Sierra for giving a little reality check without Cody. Well, probably in the end, Sierra is finally got booted up in Sucker's Punch, in which that Sierra wants to come back to give Cody a little comfort. Well, I kind of think this is why Total Drama All-Stars also makes mention contestants to appear as well. So here's some of the most possible interactions that Cody has. Okay, well, Cody has interactions with Alejandro ever since the Total Drama World Tour in Drumheller episode. When, well, he always has interest with her in every season. Well, possibly Heather was interact with Cody temporarily in the Hawaiian Punch episode. Despite Greg helping Heather to beat Alejandro to get the $1 million, Cody will be able to be as Heather's support to gain a better motivation to it. And also Sierra as well. Well, probably Cody has a crush on a Total Drama fan who actually loves him the most. In every episode in Total Drama World Tour, Sierra has one big love interest on Cody because, well, he is always obsessed with him, like giving some massage or having some treatment for it. But she always loves to save him whenever she gets. Well, in other content that he was in, the Drama Brothers are a couple of boy bands, along with Harold, Justin, and Trent. Because this is definitely what he always loves to do as the main part of the Drama Brothers. Well, definitely the Sasquatch and Aqua took his place in the aftermath while he's competing in for the $1 million. Okay, looks like third and final round after all that lore talk I was taking. But I kind of think this is quite very good to see how awesome it is. I just want to make sure that this race is going to be over very soon. Okay, slide it in. Don't want to get hit on anything. Final lap, here we go, and I hope this Cody library always wants to give first place to give the ladies an attraction. Well, I kind of think this is the good sports in Japan. Well, Japanese ladies always comes here for it. One last stretch, and I kind of think this is going to be a trailblazer to pass that F-150 Raptor. Well, looks like the Codemeister library is finally finished. Well, I kind of think that was quite very good to take a lot of lore talks about him. Well, I kind of think 3 rounds might be good for it because I'm just really finishing up the daily workout to give it a little more extended amount of time. Well, looks like that's gonna be it. So I'll be able to exit out and pick any kind of gift card from the daily workout. Okay, looks like the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Final Edition. Well, looks like red is the good color for the Mitsubishi. I'll give it here. Alright, now let's just go and add some colors to be purchased with. I'll make sure I'm about to pick yellow 5 large flakes, orange 1 large as well, and purple 1 candy metallic. That would be quite it for the colors. I'll make sure it'll be able to appear in next week. So, looks like KTM X-BOW R Total Drama Livery design on Cody. Well, I kind of think that yesterday's live stream was definitely a little bit total disaster, but I know I'm just gonna have to say this once, but it takes time to be patient, folks. Definitely when doing live streaming by having a bad quality, it also gives some hard time to wait until it'll be able to be back on the air. Well, I kind of think it might be able to take some time to take a few minutes by having a technical difficulties. But I'll make sure whenever it needs some improvement for getting my live stream back up again. I'll make sure it'll have to wait soon. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. And don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And also, sorry, I almost lost sight of it. So, there's a second link below in the description click on the Hyperion-Blue-GT and my wiki fandom on the second link below in the description if you're interested to take a look. Well, I'll see you guys next time, you guys. I'll make sure I'll have to do my best to complete all the Total Drama libraries whenever it's about to be prepared to expand to the TD community, and also have some more awesome racing in Gran Turismo Sport. Thank you, and have a great day.